Hello, parents. This is Coach John here from Learning Out of the Box. And as and when I am free, I want to see how I can better support you. Okay, and the reason is because, as you know, my eldest child is also taking PSLE this year, and time is really very tight. Yeah. Okay, so many of you have been following my story of how my middle child, who used to hate math. And in fact, when she was much younger, it was a daily fight with her, from chasing her to do that just one extra bit of work, and then hearing her saying that her hands are tired whenever I ask her to do math. Yeah, and also realizing that she just went off like barely 1 to 2 minutes after she sat down. Yeah, so just post a yes if you face similar challenge at home like this too. Yeah, so the story was last year. This is what is happening every day. Yeah, so it's a daily tussle with my middle child, getting her to do maths. So yeah, so fast track until today, like 1 year, about 1 year has passed. Yeah, I just want to share with you that today, my middle child has been transformed in a sense that she is able to self-study, she's able to do her own work, and from having to call her multiple times to sit down, I just need to remind her once on the day before our lesson. Yeah, I have my lesson with her on weekends, 1 hour on Saturday and 1 hour on Sunday. Okay, yeah, so today what she did was, the lesson was supposed to start at 10:30, and she was sitting down there at the dining table, fully prepared at 10:23 a.m. Yeah, so I was super proud of her, and in front of her, she has her own math assessment book that I have told her to prepare beforehand. Okay, so what did I do exactly to transform her from having hate to study math to be able to self-study? Yeah, there's a pretty intense work done across this 1 year. Yeah, so here are my few steps. So make sure that you take out a piece of paper right now, and then you just jot down what you think you can start doing today. Again, probably I will share with you like 3 to 5 tips. But bear in mind that you have your own life, you understand your child best, you know what works for yourself, you know what works for him or her. At the same time, you also know what doesn't work for your child and what doesn't work for you. Yeah, so you need to really take stock of what you can do and what you don't want to do, yeah, as a parent. Okay, and I think all of us have our own preference. Yeah, so last year, what I started to do with her is I drastically cut down on her work. Yeah, on the revision time that I have with her. But I increased the amount of time that I spent with her doing things that she likes. So point number 1 is you want to ask yourself, how much time do you set aside to bond with your kid, knowing your kid and really understand him or her outside the academic aspect. Yeah, I know that being a Singapore parent, I'm in the same boat as you. There are tons of work to be done, lots of expectations in school, having to pass or even do well in the next test or exam. Yeah, I mean, I'm not spared from that either. Yeah, but having been trained in social work, I ask myself, which is more important, my child or the grades? Yeah. So at primary 3 and 4, I still think that I have the luxury to choose that my child is more important. Yeah. I'm not saying that if your child is primary 6 or 5, you should choose grades. No. You should still choose your child. Yeah, your child is more important. So what I did with her is I spent about 2 days, 2 hours per day to bond with her. And she likes plants, and I talk to her about what she likes to hear. I eat with her. I went to the market with her to eat desserts. I talk to her, yeah, while watching TV, yeah, and strike out conversation with her and really to understand her as a person and not to judge her for who she is because of her grades, yeah. So that's something that you need to take note as well. And even when you talk to your child, my suggestion is that you want to talk about non-school stuff. Yeah, don't ask her about the math, the science, the English, the mother tongue. Just ask her about things that are outside school. And even if you want to keep to within school context, you can ask about her friends, what does she eat during recess, and who's her favorite teacher, who is her best friend, what do they normally do during recess time, and what does she dislike? Yeah, so you want to encourage her to really talk to you, and then you can also share your story. Like you can disclose as much as you want because that's your child, right? So I think that you have lots of things to share about your workplace, your work life. How were you when you were going to school when you were younger? Yeah, so lots of things to talk about. So I think we spent about 2 to 3 months doing justice and having the routine of talking to each other. Yeah. Then the second thing that I did with her was I started off from where she wanted. So I asked her, yeah, so I call her dear, yeah. Yeah, so now let's restart. We still have to do maths. And if you don't do that, who do you think will chase after you? And this is why I asked. She said, me. I said, no, your school teacher. Yeah, and that's the truth. Yeah. Or the school teacher will come after the parents for grades that are not up to expectations, right? Yeah. So I asked her, so would you want, okay, so let's say if you can do 2, 3, 4 questions a day, or once every 2 days, which one will you pick? So she said 2. Okay, fine, let's start off with 2. Then we continue to work on this plan for 2 to 3 weeks. So what I will do is I ask her, I get the 2 questions done, and that's it. Okay, so I do not add on to what I do not add on because she managed to finish the 2 questions. I told her to go and play, go and do whatever you want. So it's like having a carrot at the back. Yeah. So that's about it. Okay. So the third thing is, while we have already established that rapport with my kid, and so should you as well, you should continue to maintain that kind of relationship with your kid. And I'm not sure about you. Sometimes I do experience seeing some families having sat at the dining table in the restaurant, then they don't really talk to each other. Yeah, I mean, probably they are just tired and it's totally fine. Yeah, so my preference is, especially at the dining table and my kids couldn't escape from my sharing, I will choose to talk. Like I was asked about how are they, share my stories, ask them about their school, not grades, and I do not cover topics like, oh, you should go back home after this, or the first thing that you should do after this when we get home is to finish your work. Yeah, I mean, that will just cue off any conversation, right? Yeah, I mean, have you been on a date, like when you meet your spouse for the first time, you keep the conversation light and casual, yeah? You can talk about the next movie or the last movie that you watch, what did you, some jokes that you were told in the office, of course, age-appropriate jokes, yeah. Then sometimes I even share with my children how I met my wife and some funny things that happen in the uni days, yeah. Yeah. So a lot of things that you can talk about. Yeah. I mean, there's no need to just sit down and then and everyone look at their mobile phone and then that's it. Yeah. So again, that's my preference. Yeah. So if you want to build that kind of strong bond with your kids, and because of that, your kids' confidence goes up, somehow grades will go up eventually as well. Yeah. Okay. So the fourth thing that I want to share with you is when you get your kid to study, do you actually, what kind of coaching style do you exhibit? Do you do it in like a one way, like, what do I mean by that? One way means, you like, I choose question 1, 2, and 3. Then you, the child, do 1, 2, and 3. Then I will mark, and then I will tell you what's wrong. And then I will instruct you to do the next 3 to 5 questions. This is one way. How I do it differently, and I hope it helps you, because at the end of the day, we being parents, we simply have no time. Yeah, and we can't expect our children to always rely on us even after Set 1, yeah, when they have like 8 subjects to handle, right? Yeah, so my routine is I will ask her, what do you want to do? Yeah, this page or that page. If let's say your choice is not sure, you can ask her and give her a choice, this or that. Yeah, and then she'll say this. Okay, then I will ask her, how much time do you think that you need? Then she'll say, probably 5 to 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30. Fine. Then you set a timer for her, or you can ask her, so how can you be reminded that your time is up? Then you can use your phone as the timer app, or can use the stopwatch. Yeah, the kitchen clock, okay, whatever. Yeah. Then next, when your child has finished, do you mark? Yeah, I mean, this is a time when I can hear some parents telling me that, yes, I will mark because I do not want her to see the answers at the back and I don't trust her. Yeah. Or it's always something that is related to trust. Like I don't trust that she can do the marking by herself. Okay. For me, I will get my child to mark. I allow her to check the answers at the back and she mark. And then I will ask her which part she's not sure, and I expect her to tell me that she wants to go through probably question 2, 4, and 5. Then she'll tell me what she doesn't know, what she knows, and what she's not sure. Yeah. And you realize, and I think you should realize by now that I do a lot of questioning. Yeah. Because I want my child to be able to self-study, or at least show signs that she is self-reliant. No matter how small it is, I expect her to be able to check her own work, tell me what she wants to do, tell me what she doesn't want to do, tell me when she has finished her work. Yeah. Yeah. So again, will she be able, being at such a young age, will she be able to carry out this smoothly? Probably no. I mean, for example, I don't cook. If I want to learn cooking, I hope someone can hold me by the hand and be able to to guide me through. Like, John, this is how you should hold a knife. This is how you should wash a fish. This is how you should stir the prawns, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. So having said that, as days passed, as weeks passed, as months passed, my kid pick up self-study techniques along the way. Probably she will pick up like 1 or 2 over 1 week or 2 weeks. Yeah, and then of course, there are also another like discussion on how do we make sure that our children keep up to these habits, these self-study habits, and how do we, and while expecting our child to be able to like take 2 steps back and 1 step to the 2 steps or 1 step forward and 2 steps back. How do we work with the child and build up her mental state, build up her mental resilience, build up her mental power? Yeah, that is okay, and because we are all human beings, there will always be like sometimes we feel like we are actually going backwards. And how do we bounce up faster? Yeah, and to be better next time. Yeah. So along the way, I think what I want to say to parents is, if you have plans to always want to be teaching your kid like forever, so that they can rely on you forever, it's okay. Yeah, you can continue to do this. For parents who want their children to start to be independent, I highly recommend you that you can follow parts of my journey. And then there's no need for you to like do all 5 within one month. That will drive someone crazy, yeah. And it's not healthy for the child as well, because new habits have to be inserted gradually, and old habits that are not working well have to be removed slowly. Yeah. So all this will take time. Just like exercise, just like dieting, just like even sleeping. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a good sleep, and I'm trying to get back to a healthier sleeping routine. Yeah. So sometimes as an adult, me included, I tend to set a too high expectation that the change must happen now. Yeah. And as you know, it just drives me crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So make sure that you also give yourself a healthy time range that can work well for yourself and your kid. Okay. So to summarize, the 5 steps. The 5 steps will be: really bond with your kid, build rapport, establish good relationship with your kid, so that your kid will listen to you when you're teaching them. Okay. And next, also building their good study habits of starting off with letting them choose, how many do you want to do a day? How many questions? 2, 3. Okay, after that is done. And third tip will be to continue to talk to your child and build that kind of rapport, because this is like, as you know, building rapport with your kid is like it's not a one-time off thing. It's like continuous all the way until the end of time. Then the 4th one will be, when you teach your child, is it a one-way journey or is it 2 ways? Do you just give them questions, mark for your kid, then tell a child what to do next? Or do you actually insert self-independence, self-study habits, skills and techniques into your teaching routine? Yeah. So with that, I think, while we hope that the next test or exam will be easier, somehow I think we need to look at what we can control, what we can control, and what we can control is definitely to inculcate good study and learning habits in our kid at home on a daily basis. So I hope that this helps you, and I will see you soon, and have a good long weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.